Hi, this is Rebecca White, Carl Brewer's campaign manager. Thank you so much for agreeing to help us text people across the state of Kansas to get Carl's message out. We are using the texting platform called Hustle. It's peer-to-peer, which means every person we text gets a message from a real person and response from a real person. So we're going to go ahead and walk through it step by step today so that you can see it in person. We'll send you a written version of instructions as well, but if you're like me, you like to see it in person. All right, I want to introduce you guys to our volunteer coordinator. This is Mary Kay Vaughn, and we just set Mary Kay up with her own Hustle account today. So it's gonna look a lot like this when you receive yours and kind of walk you through it. So the first thing that happens is we will send your phone a text, and Mary Kay got a text from us. It has a little information. It asks you to click on the link and create a sign-in for your Hustle account. And now you can do Hustle from either your phone or from a laptop. If you go through your laptop, then you can log in. Web address is web.hustle.life, and you're gonna see something like this. So today we are texting volunteers and inviting them to a big debate that Carl's gonna participate in tomorrow. So we want, supporters to show up. So you'll see something like this. This is an old one, so you need to look for the event with the blue. That sort of means the pending texts. This one here, the Moms Demand Action endorsement, we've already sent that. So that means don't worry about it, it's taken care of. So I'm gonna go ahead, it says begin sending invites. I'm gonna click on that. The next thing you're going to see is it shows you what the script is that you're sending out. Basically, I'm the administrator and I've set up a script so you don't have to type and ask people the original script. It says, hi, contact name, we'll put in your name, it'll drop it in there with Carl Brewer's campaign for Kansas governor. Carl's participating in a Democratic debate in Wichita tomorrow evening, are you free? So, and you can look at this, don't mess with it, but it'll let you know what script you're texting out. So then we hit continue and we actually get our first volunteer, Shirley Palmer. The script is automatically dropped into this text box here. You're gonna hit the send button. It's automatically sent it and it rolls it to the next volunteer that we are texting. So it's the same message and you do have to hit the send button one at a time. The difference with Hustle and other texting platforms, it's called peer-to-peer, which means there's actually a person on one end hitting the send button for every person and a real person that will respond to them, as opposed to like a blast text going out from a computer. Let's say you're clicking through and you accidentally forget to hit send or something. You can use these little arrows right here to go to the next person that you're texting backwards and forwards. So let's say you realize, you should have added something to the conversation. It'll pull it backwards to the person previous. Once you message your first 50 contacts, Hustle actually makes you pause and says you can continue, which is message 50 more contacts, or you can respond to the people who have texted you back. So I'm gonna respond to them. So I'm gonna click on to respond 4 messages. Here's someone who says, yes, I would like to be there, but I don't live in Wichita, I live in Johnson County. To respond, the fastest and best way to do it is to click on this little icon that was right here, this little bubble icon. And I've created preset responses. The idea is that you should have to type as minimal as possible. You can go very quickly through these. So he says he can't make it, so I had put in a preset of, okay, I understand. I hope you can join us next time. You tap it, you hit the send button. You move on to the next one, again, by going up to this little arrow, you're on to your second one. The next person said, I can attend things in Topeka in the Kansas City area. You can just put in a preset response, or in this case, Carl is gonna be up in the Kansas City area on Saturday, so I may stop and drop in a link to the event so that she can go. The cool thing about Hustle is it has a lot of preset responses, which makes your job very quick and easy. However, if you would like to, you can type in a message. So I've gone ahead and responded to this person that Carl will be in the Kansas City area on Saturday morning, and they can join him. I put in the address and the time. So you can always pass messages on like that to one of us, that's helping organize it, or you can just, again, select the preset, which is, okay, thanks, and we'll see you next time. Let's pretend that someone writes you a text back that says, please take me off your texting list. It is not uncommon. We've all had people that will say something like that to us. In these preset responses that you click here, normally I will have an option that says, I apologize for the inconvenience. We'll remove you from the list. Have a good day. Sometimes people ask things like, how did you get this number? There's usually a preset we put in there that says you are on a list of Democratic supporters. Would you like me to take you off our list? And then they can say yes or no. Let's say someone says, take me off your list. What you do is you take your little cursor here and go up to this here. It says opt out. So I'm gonna click on it here. And if Christian Eck really had said she wanted to opt out, then you would click the orange button and she would be permanently removed from our texting system. Just to let you know, these texts are very rare where people either ask for your, personal information in terms of saying, who are you, what's your last name, or saying something antagonistic. So I don't want to scare you off, but you will see them from time to time. And again, apologize to the people who are upset that they are being texted. Opt them out right away. And for people that are asking personal or questions that they don't need to be asking, I would just ignore it and move on to the next volunteer. And you can certainly email or call the campaign and let us know. Let's say this volunteer said something like, I love Carl, I'm a strong supporter. So we want to tag them as a person that we want to follow up for sure, make sure that they get to the polls on election day. So I'm going to select strong supporter. In fact, she's excited to support Carl and says, where can I buy a Brewer t-shirt? That's my kind of volunteer. So we're putting tags in here that comes from this drop down. And Brewer means they're simply supporting Brewer. Strong supporter means they're very passionate to Carl. There's some opponents' names in here also. Greg Orman, Josh Swati, Laura Kelly. If the person texts and says, I'm supporting your opponent, we do go ahead and tag that so that we can decide whether or not we want to text them again in the future. There's a few other options and you can just kind of look through here, wrong number, yard sign. If someone wants a yard sign, you tag them and then it helps us. We can pull all the people that want yard signs and make sure they get one. So then you just click save and the tag will be added to their name and it'll go right into our database. Thank you so much for helping us with this project. It may seem like a small thing, hitting a send button and sending text, but it really is an incredibly effective and modern way to communicate with voters across the state of Kansas. If you have any questions about how to use Hustle or Carl's positions, feel free to email me at any time at info@brewerforkansas.com. Thank you guys again so much for all your help. You're a big part of our team, and I love the fact that we have people not just across the state, but across the country who are willing to help Carl Brewer become the next governor of Kansas. Thank you so much.